Welcome. This is my video tutorial on becoming an Amazon publisher. This is the first form that they're going to ask you to fill out. On this account, the system will allow me to go through the steps for this purpose of this video. So you agree to their terms. You can read it if you want. And you can see this is what the Kindle Direct Publishing looks like. Complete your account information. Please provide required details, two-step verification, etc., etc. For royalty payments. Create, manage, publish. Create a new title or series. And you'll see I scroll down. Obviously, there's nothing on my bookshelf. They refer to it as a bookshelf where your books will be stored. Your reports of your royalties would be put here. You can always get help from their community, and then they give you some guidance on marketing, because they will market the book for you, but they'll charge you on the basis of clicks. So you have to decide, once your book is in place, if this is something you want them to do. Obviously, they've got all the readers. The challenge, of course, is that they retain all the information. You don't get any email addresses. You don't know who bought your book. And so sometimes it's better to have a one-page landing page that features your book, and that would make a big difference for you, because then you would be the one that would get the email addresses. This is my landing page, and when visitors come to it, they have a chance to watch another short video, and then they can read a sample by clicking the link. That link will take them over to Amazon. Amazon will let them read a sample, and then potentially they can purchase the book. And you could sell them future things, but that's a whole set of marketing steps that you may not want to take on right now. So let's just go through what's in Kindle Direct Publishing. So again, we're going to go through, and you can see that this is the bookshelf that we're on. If I click it, nothing's happening because there's no books. So if I were to create a new title or a series, then I would click here. Then you'd say, which kind do you want to create? The first thing to do is create your ebook. Don't worry about the paperback or the hardcover. The first thing is the ebook. So you click on the ebook. The screen comes up. Now this is a very important page. So obviously you're going to put your book title in there, and then you're going to put a subtitle, but it's optional. You're not going to create a series right now. You can always change that later. You're not going to put an edition number at this time because you don't have a series. You put your first name and your last name. If you've had anyone else contribute to your book, you can add them as well, and that's going to be part of the information. Then you have a description, a summary of your book. Now the best way to do that is to go to ChatGPT, and you can upload your book to them if you'd like, or you can upload your foreword, or you can upload any kind of a summary that's already been pre-written. Then you're going to paste that into this description, because this is what is going to promote your book on the e-digital. You got up to 4,000 remaining characters that you can copy paste. The best part about using ChatGPT or Gemini, your choice, or any other AI that you're using, it'll read your manuscript in a very short period of time. Now, I have a paid account that's about $25 a month, Canadian, so I don't have the limits that a free account would have. So if you were to upload a book, for example, a manuscript, it may be too much content when you've done too much today, and they'll force you to back out till tomorrow. Put your description in here. Publishing rights. I own the copyright and I hold necessary publishing rights. You can read it if you want, but basically that's yours. Primary audience. No, I don't think that your information probably includes anything that would be sexually explicit in images, so the answer is no. And okay, so now I can choose my categories. And so when you're selecting categories, you do the drop-down menu, and now you select a category that makes sense. Now, one of the things that you should do is with your ChatGPT, for example, you take a picture of this screen and you send it to Chat and say, okay, Chat, you've read my book, or you've read the summary of my book. Where should I start? Where you'd come down and you decide, is this self-help? Is it is it a mystery? Is it a true story? And we just slide up until we find the book. Biography and memoir would probably be the one that most people who are writing a book about their own life would pick. Now, once you pick that, you'll see a bunch of these others open up. And now you pick one and you select which one. And again, you take a snapshot of this, you send it to ChatGPT, and you say, Chat, what should I pick here? And it will tell you. It'll say memoirs in this case, perhaps, okay? And then you can save it. So now we've got 1 out of 3 categories that they're allowing us to save categories. So I'm going to save that category. And there it is. You can see it sitting right there. Now I got 2 more. So you have to decide what you want to pick. Here's another section here. Business might be interesting to business. And then you say, there, I've got my 3 out of my 3. You save the categories. Now you're done with categories. Now you're going to pick keywords. Again, go to ChatGPT, especially if it's read your executive summary of your book, and say, give me the keywords that are best to draw the algorithm's attention to my book. And it'll give you the keyword. And it'll tell you, choose up to 7 keywords highlighting your book's unique traits. And so let's say it's a book about business, success. Right? So we've got 1. But you pick the ones the chat is guiding you on. Don't try to do this stuff on your own. Don't depend on a person. You get instant answers from ChatGPT. Now it says, I am ready to release my book. After you submit your publication, it can take 72 hours to go live. During this time, edits cannot be made to your book. We're going to save again. And this time it says we're done. Wow, we're not quite done because we've only done the first section of the tabs on above here. Now we're going to do the Kindle ebook content. Now this is where you upload your docs file or your EPUB. They prefer an EPUB. They will tell you that. See where it says apply digital rights management? Don't do that. You say no. Why? Do not apply digital rights management and allow customers who buy this book to download as a PDF or an EPUB, because maybe they don't own a Kindle, but they can read it on their laptop, on their iPhone, on their iPad if it's a PDF. So don't just check off the do not apply. Then you would have your cover. Well, you say I don't have a cover. Well, you do have a cover, and you can upload a picture of that cover to AI, and you can say, I'd like you to regenerate this exact cover with no changes, and it will regenerate it. And that they're saying upload your cover already have in a JPEG or a TIFF. There it is at the bottom. So here we go. AI generated content. Amazon is collecting information. Do you use AI tools? The answer is yes. Did you use it for your text? The probably answer was no. Did you use for your images? Yes. 1 or a few were with no editing, but yes, I had many, or you had 1 or a few with minimal, right? They're going to ask you what? Well, usually they're DAL-E. So you would put in DAL-E. That's what ChatGPT will use in most cases. Do you want it in different translations? No. You say there's none. So you have to mark that. And so here we go. That section is done. Now we come back. Once you've uploaded your manuscript, then what will happen is that manuscript will then be launched in a preview. It might take 5 minutes, but then they'll give you a chance to view it. Now I'm going to just upload something that has already been done. Now what I've done here is I have uploaded the KDP publishing checklist that I created just as an example here. And they're processing the file, as they're saying, they're going to want a cover. And so I'm going to do a cover. Okay, so I've created this published Amazon KDP cover for the manuscript that is the tutorial. And what I'm waiting now, of course, is for them to give me permission to review it. They want you to always check this, and it will be unchecked every once in a while, so you have to do that. So they've said, well done, your manuscript does not have any spelling mistakes. Launch previewer. So I can launch the previewer, and it's going to show me my book. Okay, and so they're giving you some insight here. Use the quality panel to quickly review spelling and image issues. You can close the panel to hide quality errors. So they're giving you steps. The list issues will be emailed to your account. Did you make a stylistic choice? Ignored issues won't be shown. All right, so here's the book cover that I've selected. You can see that they're giving me the information that I need. If I go into the middle here and I click, it's showing me the book that I created. Now, this is not formatted the way I like it. They've created in 129 pages. So in my particular case, I would remove the space, reformat it, and then upload it again. But here what you have is you have an opportunity to review what it looks like in an iPad. Then if you click here, you can see what it's going to look like in a smartphone. This would be a computer screen. Okay? And so those are steps that are very important, because now it gives you a chance to preview it before you publish it. And so let's say you can't do it all in one day. So what you do is you save it as a draft. See how they've required you to click this. Now, are your images accessible? I don't know if my formation images include alternative text. You just put that in there. Or none of them have alternative text. Well, none of them have alternative text in mine. I don't have images in my book at this stage of the development. Okay? So what we've got here, again, you got to fill in this blank. Chat GPT is what I've chosen. And so pretty much I think I've covered everything in this first. Now we haven't got to the pricing yet. So if we were then scroll down and say, okay, continue, we'll see if it's going to let me continue. Once it does, I'm on the third tab. See? Complete. Now we're on the third tab. Reach more readers. Select a free 90-day program offered to Kindle ebooks, allowed you to run discounts and participate in promotions like Kindle Unlimited. I would say don't do that right now. At some point in time, you go back in and you can just reselect it. Territories, you can select where you want to market it. I would select the countries that are the biggest. You've got a huge population here of English language people. And if you've never gone to the United Kingdom, then Canada and the United States is where you would probably be marketing your book. That's a huge audience, 375 million potential people in the United States and Canada. It's going to be on Amazon.ca right at the moment. Pick which one of these you want. 70% royalty option, price band is expanded. These are the numbers of your ebook. If you change your price list, remember to select save. So, for example, if I were to say 70%, and I would look at their guidelines, $2.99 to $3.99, $12.99. I would say $7.99 is the magic sweet spot for Canadian for these books. Remember, it's a digital book. Now, in my case, this is probably $2.99 because my book that I've just published is nothing, right? There's very few pages in it. It's just 8 pages. So, but I'm just doing this as a demonstration. You'll see they fill in the blanks for all the other countries. Account information. You must complete your account information to publish items. If you're not ready to complete information, save as a draft. So in my case, that's the case, right? This is a trial account. This has nothing to do with my primary account. I have a secondary account in the United States, and so I use that for the purpose of this tutorial. So what I would do is save as a draft, and then I could come back and go to my account. Now, one of the things that I've done here is I've given it an executive summary of of the book. As a result, then I said, generate a cover for this tutorial. And this is what it did in about 3 minutes. It is outstanding. So if you click it, then you can right click and save image as. Now they're going to save images as a PNG. That's not something that Amazon accepts. Your cover must be a JPEG. So the best solution that I have found is to go to the internet, type in PNG to JPEG. Click it here, PNG to JPEG. All you do now is you select the file, you select the PNG, which is what AI created for you, and you convert it, and there it's been converted to a JPEG. You save it, and it's already been created, so I'll just save over top. So that's a benefit. You have to really get used to using AI because it'll make your life so much easier, especially when you get stuck. You take a picture of where you're stuck, you don't understand what they're saying to you, you don't understand the question, give it to Chat or give it to Gemini or Claude, and they will explain it in simple terms and guide you through. I use it for everything because it is the solution. It's the genie in my pocket, as I say in my book. I'm going to share with you a link in this window. I'm going to open it for you to see. So here's my website. I mentioned that you should have a landing page in the middle that if you're feeding from Facebook viewers, send them to your landing page. This is my landing page, the Genie Chronicles. I've got YouTube videos of Genie talking. Genie is the main character in my book. And people, if they click here, they can go to Amazon. But right now, this web page that I created, it has a little tracker. So I can determine how many people are coming to look at my book, because Amazon won't be telling you that. So this is my way station, if you will. And I suggest you do the same type of thing in the future. You don't have to right now. You can go directly to Amazon, but remember they keep all the information on anyone that has looked at your book or even bought your book. Now, the nice thing is they got the best algorithms that you would ever have in merchandise. And so anyone looks at your book, they're going to keep throwing the book at them. They're throwing it at people that show interest. And you build interest, my experience, you build interest on Facebook for your books. You join a bunch of reader groups, you join author groups, you create a profile that is an author profile on Facebook, and then you start to post maybe a little section of the book just to whet their appetite, just a little section, not a lot of information, and then you have a clickable link that leads them, in my case, to the Genie Chronicles. In your case, it'll be whatever your book is. I'm going to give you a taste of what my Genie has to say.
A Genie in your pocket can help you think more clearly, learn faster, solve problems more effectively, and make better decisions. The true value of artificial intelligence isn't that it thinks for you, it's that it helps you think at your best. Used wisely, AI becomes a guide, a teacher, and a trusted advisor available whenever you need it. Talk to Genie. Ask a question. The real power is learning how to collaborate with the Genie in your pocket.
Problems. What if the biggest problem in your life isn't a lack of answers, but the questions you've been asking? I don't Genie from live in a lamp anymore. I live in your pocket. My purpose isn't to think for you. It's to help you think more clearly, see more possibilities, and discover ideas you have never considered. It's free. Read the opening chapter and let's begin the conversation.